Hello, first responders. It's Johanna with Holiday Planet with our hotel announcement and flight quote request form for our Oktoberfest cruise 2026. And it's time to get the rest of these plans made to go to Europe. If you've already uploaded your passports, great. Then you can fill out the flight quote request form. If you don't want to book your flights through me, that's just fine. Hi Kathy, you need to arrive in Amsterdam by October 6th at noon or earlier. And you can depart from Basel, Switzerland on October 13th to fly home anytime. The ship will be there from the night before, so you could book yourself a flight home as early as you want. Or you could even book yourself a flight home from Zurich. It's about 3 hours away, but it is pretty accessible too if the small airport in Basel doesn't work well for you. Or a lot of you have our pre and post package arrangements. So if you're doing the Munich pre-package with us, then that ends on October 3rd. We're all going to fly to Amsterdam, and we have 3 nights before the cruise starts on the 6th. So if you're doing that plan with us, then your flights will be packaged together with those 3 hotel nights in Amsterdam in order to get you the best discount on your flights. Hi, Wes. And I'm glad to provide you a quote and show you that bundled discount pricing. And then you can take it or leave it. If you end up booking your own, that's just fine too. Hi, Judy. But I'm glad to provide a quote for you to consider. If you are not doing that pre-cruise package in Munich to go to Oktoberfest with us, you can come into Amsterdam anytime. I recommend at least 1 night before the cruise so that just in case your flights have any mishaps along the way, you've got that extra night in order to be there on time on the 6th. Either way, whether you're doing 1, 2, 3, or more nights, if you book one of our group hotels in Amsterdam, I will include your transportation to the pier to board the ship for free. So let's talk a little bit about what those 2 group hotels are that you can book for 1, 2, or 3 nights. First, though, let's just clarify a little bit about the flights and some of the prices I'm seeing and what you can expect on that. So, of course, economy seats, which is also called main cabin, are the cheapest. And I am seeing economy fares under $1,000 a person, $800-900 a person, even if you're going into Munich and flying home from Milan, which is not cheap, but the economy prices are pretty good. If you're coming from a big hub and just going straight in and out of Amsterdam and home from Zurich, it might even be less, which is great. If you want that same small economy seat, but spaced out farther in the plane so you have more leg room, that's just called extra leg room, or Delta calls it Comfort Plus. And that I'm seeing you could expect maybe $600 to $800 a person additional round trip total to get some extra leg room. But if you want to be in premium economy, which is actually a larger seat, and on Delta it's called Premium Select, and you're in a separate part of the aircraft with your own dedicated flight attendants and better food and better everything, roomier seats that actually recline more. You know what those seats are like? They're a lot like the first class seats on the domestic flights. If you've flown first class here in the US and you just kind of have a larger, roomier seat that reclines more and nice food and better service and stuff, that's kind of what you can expect in Premium Select. And that's running about double what the extra legroom price is running, roughly. I'm just trying to give you guys some rough estimates so you might know what you want to request from me when it comes to the quote. Then if you go for business class, now your domestic flights will be in first class, and the across the pond flight will be in a fully lay flat seat. These are like the individual pods, or if you're in the middle aircraft, the 2 individual pods kind of connect together, which is nice for couples. Your feet go under this little cubby where your TV is, and the whole thing converts into a lay flat bed. Now, if you're me, it's a completely lay flat bed. If you're my husband and you're 6'6", it's not going to be a lay flat bed, but it's still like a very comfy big recliner, and it's pretty much as good as it gets for flying internationally, and that's highly worthwhile. But it's not cheap. I can tell you that. You're probably looking at least $5,000 per person if you're wanting to fly business class. I have seen some cheaper business class fares, but sometimes they're kind of sketchy schedules, either going through London, which that airport is such a big question mark all the time. United has some cheap business class if you want to go that way, but I tend to lean toward Delta because they're the most reliable. Not just by the numbers, but by my actual experience. If most of our group is flying Delta, pretty much everybody will get there. And when we've had problems with bags not arriving and stuff like that, it's usually been British Airways and other carriers. So I would say consider your airline carefully, but if you just want to do the cheapest, I get it, because if you're coming from a small airport like we are from Reno, I looked up our flights this morning so that I could kind of get some general prices and know what to even say to you. And I haven't finalized our plans yet, but what I put on hold for Tommy and myself, the business class flights from Reno are $7,500 a person. And then with the discounts that we're getting by packaging the hotel, it's almost like getting the hotel for free. Okay, that sounds pretty good, right? But then I upgraded the Amsterdam hotel to the 5-star one. And what else did I do? Oh, I added the little flight going from Munich to Amsterdam, also in business class. I added the cancel for reason travel protection, and that's optional. But if you do have that and you know whatever happens, you can just press a button and get your money back, no questions asked. That is really nice. By the time I added everything and I was done putting that package on hold, it was 18 grand. And that's a bit of sticker shock. Even if you're used to going to Europe in business class, that's quite a bit. So if you're going to choose your nice, small, little convenient airport and the best times and the best schedules and the very best seats and the best of everything, it might really cost you. So you might want to think about maybe going to the bigger airport. I am seeing lower prices, for example, from San Francisco. So if you can get yourself to a big hub, that can help. If you're willing to take a really long layover, that can help. If you're willing to fly home early in the morning from Milan, being at the airport at 3 a.m., that can kind of make things cheaper. So give me some notes when you fill out this form, what you're thinking, and I'll try to get as close as I can to exactly what you want so that when I send that quote out, I can get it right the first time. You can also, of course, plan anything you want before and after the cruise, especially if you don't have our pre and post packages. I am a custom Europe by land and rail specialist, and I can craft you any trip to anywhere in Europe that you want to go, which you should go because clearly it's going to cost us a bit to fly over there, and it's a long way to fly, high west. And so you might as well see as much as you can while you're there. Once you get there, see as much as you can. Okay, so in Amsterdam, I'm offering 2 hotels for our group. A more high-end 5-star hotel, which is the Renaissance Amsterdam, and a simpler but still nice 4-star, which is the DoubleTree Central Station. So the DoubleTree is somewhat kind of basic, 4-star. It's modern, it's clean, the rooms are well appointed. It's beautifully located between the train station and on the waterfront, and I've had lots and lots of clients stay there over the years, and they always like it. You'll see on the booking form that you can either choose their entry-level room, which I think is starting around $350 a night maybe, or we've got some room upgrade options. You could say, I want to do the Riverview King room. You can choose that in the form where you're requesting your quote. You can also choose to add daily breakfast or not. The Renaissance is a nice hotel. They've had renovations this year, so the reviews are kind of mixed right now. Every time a hotel is having construction, it causes the reviews to go pretty wonky. But that's concluding now at the end of 2025, and the whole hotel has just been stunningly remodeled. The lobby is gorgeous. and the rooms are very beautiful. They also have a club lounge, so if you want to do a club level room, you'll have access to that executive lounge, which is really nice to be able to get drinks and snacks and things at any time. There are some really nice things about that Renaissance, and it's located really close to the DoubleTree. The two hotels are just like within a block or two of each other, and both of them are really central to the canals and Dam Square, everywhere you would want to walk around to, the cathedrals, even the red light district if you want to walk around there, or the canal tours where you hop on a boat and see Amsterdam that way. These hotels are very, very well located and close to each other. The Renaissance is just a lot more pricey, that's all. But if you want those executive club rooms, it's nice that they have those available there. And I hope that you plan yourself enough time in Amsterdam, because we are going to have some group activities that I'll be offering. I don't have those ready for you to select now, but just to give you an idea of maybe how much time you might like to have in Amsterdam, we will do a day trip out to the countryside to see the windmills and visit the little towns like Edam where the cheese is made, and see the wooden shoe factory, things like that. On another day, we will do another day tour to go outside of Amsterdam into Belgium to the town of Bruges. And this is a very picturesque town full of canals. It feels a lot more like walking into a medieval village, because during the Industrial Revolution, Bruges was so poor that they didn't get to rebuild the city. So everything is still made of the same tiny little bricks that they were prior to that time. So the whole city is incredibly charming. I had the best waffle there in my whole life. So if you're there enough days to do a couple of day trips, I think you'll be glad. And then there's some fun things to do in Amsterdam too, including the Van Gogh Museum and a walk around the Jewish quarter that finishes at the Anne Frank House. That walking tour would not include the Anne Frank House tickets. You have to book those separately, but I can send you some really detailed instructions about exactly which day you need to go online and get your tickets so that you could go inside the Anne Frank House if you would like to at the end of that tour. Okay, I think that's everything for Amsterdam, with the reminder that if you book either of those Amsterdam hotels through me, I will include your transportation to the pier. After the cruise, you're welcome to plan anything that you like from Switzerland. The world is your oyster. But if you have the post package to Lake Como, one thing that Tommy and I have decided to do is go down to Milan and stay one final night in Milan before we fly home from the Milan airport. That is the closest one to Como anyway, but I have never seen Da Vinci's painting of the Last Supper. And so I would really like to see that and just spend that last night in Milan before we fly out and be a little bit closer to the airport in the morning. And so if that's something that you would like to do with us, that option is on the booking form as well. Another thing that you could do is take even a few more days. We'll be finishing this fabulous extravaganza close to the weekend. So if you wanted to take even a few more days and go down to Rome and fly home from Rome, that would save you money on your business class airfare. We just don't have any more days. By this time, we'll be like 3.5 weeks into this trip, and we're going to need to get home to our kids. So if you do too, I completely understand. Please fill out that quote request form at your leisure. I will be writing the quotes in the order that the forms are received, but that's the only reason that you might want to hurry it. Otherwise, there's no rush. You can still submit your form in December, or January, or February, or March, whenever you decide what you'd like to do. Just fill that form out for me, and I will get you a quote, keeping in mind that sometimes the discounted seats in the premium economy and business class do sell out first. Hi, Amanda. Hope you have a great day, everyone. You can ask your questions down in the comments below. We will also put the link to the quote request form in the comments below, and we'll also send it out with the email that goes out with this video. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.